Hi guys, Dan Gill from Advanced Property Strategies. You're back with me and Viv Halliday. Okay, Viv, how you going?
Hi.
And we're on the road actually looking at a couple of my development sites. I'm going to give her a bit of a tour and record some cool content for you. So one of the things we're talking about is, how do you select a property? How do you select a property? What things should you be looking for to be buying and investing and aiming to get a return on investment? So Viv, you've done a whole stack of renos in your 20-30 year career in property. What are some of the key things you're looking for when you're looking for a reno, for example?
It's not just about the house. It's about the position. It's about what's around it. It's about what can that property sell back at. So I'm more about the figures. Like, will that 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house reach a certain point? And when I work backwards, is there enough profit in the deal to what's that going to make me buy it for? It'll give me my buy price. So I'm always sort of working on the figures more than the actual property itself, because you can change a property quite well. But if the money's not there when you go to sell it, if properties in that sort of area are not going to sell for that sort of price, then you're wasting your time in that area. Go find another area. So it's a lot about areas, properties that you can change, and the money. There's just the figures. It's a numbers game.
So you're saying they're Viv areas, but so how do you find those areas? For the sake of the question there is, are you going to open homes a lot, or how do you do this research? How do you discern where the gap is or that opportunity is?
A lot of RP data or one of those products, but also on the ground talking to agents. A lot of people are afraid to talk to agents, but they're your best friend. They will give you information about streets or areas, or this is selling really well, or I got that for that price. And they will give you so much information if you actually make them your friend. So that is your best bet when you're trying to find a new area. That's what I did. I hit the ground. I did research online to try and sort of pinpoint what areas might work, and then you go and do some legwork.
Yeah, I think that's underrated. I know we live in such an online society where you look at realestate.com, domain, etc., price finder, RP data. But I think it is critical to get on the ground and talk to people, especially when you're starting out. If you're doing renos, I think it's important as well. When you're doing bigger land subs, it's quite different. You get a bit more of a global picture. But when you're starting out and you're still figuring out the process and understanding the differential opportunities there, where the price opportunities, should you buy and reno in this area, for example, Carindale versus Wakeley. Wakeley, I remember back in the day, I'd tell people don't renovate there because a lot of the houses are brick and they're relatively new. Whereas if you go to places like Camp Hill, which is probably 10-15 minutes away, closer to town, it's an older area and a lot more expensive, but you're knocking down houses, potentially 1 to 2 subs for new splitter homes, or renovating houses in a more Queenslander centric area. So I think, especially when you're starting out, you're definitely wanting to hit the ground, pick 2 or 3 suburbs that you can afford, and you might have to go out further. You might have to go to Logan, Ipswich, Caboolture, to the more regional areas. But I know you're talking $700,000-800,000 to get in to barely even Acacia Ridge these days, right, Viv? So
I know.
Crazy.
Yes, house prices have gone up quite a lot.
Yeah, so either way, you got to start at the beginning and start at the bottom end, and where you can afford, and cut your teeth on the process. I've been doing property for over 20 years now, and I feel in the last 5 years, especially, my intuition's a lot higher. I can read numbers a lot better without physically being on the ground. But you know what? I make sure I am on the ground probably once a month, talking to agents, talking to sellers, talking to owners, talking to civil contractors, to get a feel for what the numbers are, because the numbers do change and can change rapidly. And if you're not on the ground, you're not testing the market, you're not getting real feedback, you'll be missing out on opportunities, because within a month, the market can change just like that. So what's your thoughts, Viv, on anything that I've said, or any other comments you want to make?
Well, I remember when you guys were doing some developments and concrete pipes for some reason, the price went up like 2 or 3 times. And unless you're on the ground and talking to other people, you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that to add to your development.
It's not even the prices going up. There's lack of supply and delays. Like 1, 2, 3 month delays for getting materials. And if you've got a big project and you've got millions of dollars of debt on the line, that can cause a huge problem. You've got buyers whose contracts might expire. I've had over 300 grand worth of extras on the Deception Bay project for various reasons, but one of them was because of the pipe delay. So we had extras in pipes, but also delay compounded some of the holding costs on that project unnecessarily. So, a bit of a spillover from COVID, but what can you do, right? So it's allowing for that. Projects take longer, projects cost more, and having the long-term mindset of being able to solve those problems and not just put your head in the sand. I know, especially when you're a beginner and you're at the office working for someone else, and you find yourself you've got work problems as well as project problems that you're solving proactively, can get a bit much. So you've got to be on top of it.
No, definitely make your agent your friend as well, because that's where a lot of my deals will come from.
And that's it, is you got to find your deal sources. There are deals out there, even with a hot market, there are deals out there, but agents like to do business with people that they like. So if you're in their face, you're contacting them regularly, whether it's once a month, by text as well as by phone, going to the open homes, buy them a coffee. I prefer the text method because it is, I can contact 100 agents, 200 agents a week through the text method, through various automation software. So build that relationship there that way, but you still need to go into open homes if you're wanting to do get more local data. So anyway, guys, this is Young Ewan and Viv Halliday. We're signing off. Catch you later.
Bye.